So my wife and I came to Honduras on a medical mission for our anniversary this year. We wanted to give back. So we're on this compound. They have a hospital, a clinic. They have ORs. They have some equipment. They don't have everything we needed, but you know what? It worked out very, very well. The patients came on day one. They were triaged. They were scheduled. They couldn't see everybody. Some procedures could not be done. It's a socialized system, so people would wait years before they get the basics, really. Socialized medicine might be good if you have the flu or whatever, but if you need something serious done, you know what? That waiting could kill you. So we saw a lot of people. We didn't see one person that was unhappy. People smiled on the way out, even with the pain that they were in post-surgery. It was a very nice time. We're so happy we did it. We understand a little bit further what people have to deal with on a regular basis around the world. So I'm thankful. Another thing in Honduras here, there's not a lot of jobs. The average salary here is $500 a month. You could build a house for about $2,500, $3,000. Not too bad, but thinking about that you have a salary of about $6,000 a year. You got to feed your kids. You got to live somewhere and pay your rent before you have your own house. It's not going to be a huge house like you could picture at home. But you know what? It comes down to Maslow's hierarchy of needs: shelter, water, your clothing, and then you take out that water. And that is a basic need that is so valuable and it's so hard to attain here. But the salary and building a house, you know, and things that we take for granted, I don't know. I'm usually not a guy who doesn't have words, but I don't have many. We did take a drive in town. The compound here has a water filtration system, a well, clean. We drank it all week long. And they have spigots outside for people in town. They can come here, they can get the water that they need at any time. And running water is not a thing in houses in most of the country. So what we saw this week, we went around with the tanker truck they have with water. So they went through the town. People came outside with their 5-gallon buckets. One of the missions they had here, everybody brought some 5-gallon buckets. They even shipped hundreds of them from the Home Depot. And people were thankful, and they guard those, because this is where they store their water. And not to have access to water is something that I can't even imagine. This was kind of difficult for me to absorb. So we went around. People came out with their buckets. Some people had 50, 60-gallon drums. We brought the hose into the house. You know what? I keep thinking, people with little kids, you know, and eventually people grow, and this is part of their lives. This is what we deal with. This is kind of one of the things we have to deal with here. So it's embedded, but still it shouldn't be. Look up Maslow's hierarchy of needs, where you have your basics that we take for granted back home in the U.S. And, you know, we have water anytime we want. In fact, we waste it. I'm not judging. I'm guilty. I'm worried about my lawn being green, right? And here we are in this country where they're thankful to have what little water they do have access to. And during the rainy season, the river is muddy. So you're not going to get the water during that time. And like I said, the well water that they have pumped in at certain areas of town is not the best drinking water. That's why they supply it here at the compound. Like I said, it's free. They do anything. It's I'm pretty impressed with that whole system they have with the truck and all. So let's be thankful that we have these basic needs back home. So another thing we did, we went to a children's home yesterday. We went to the school in that area and the children's home. The school was amazing. There's 170 something kids there. They're also happy to see us. I think it was a private school, and the home for children, they send their kids there. And these kids come from a system of like a DIFUS kind of a system. I don't know what they call it here, but they're removed from their houses and they're kept here for their safety. It was a beautiful compound that they had. And, we toured the schools. The kids came out, and it was great. We went to the home. We ate lunch with them. We hung around for a little bit. So with that, let's be thankful.